Microsoft Word. We all use it, right? It's so common, it's almost invisible on our desktops. But what if I told you that the simple program you use for notes is actually hiding this incredibly powerful engine? That's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to look way beneath the surface of this tool we think we know.
Yeah, we all think we know Word. You open it up, you type some stuff, and you're done. Easy. But you know that familiarity? It can actually blind you to what it can really do. So the big question is, are you just scratching the surface?
And that's why, honestly, the best way to think about Word is like an iceberg. Seriously. Most of us are just hanging out on that little visible tip. So let's dive deeper. We're going to explore that massive, powerful foundation that's hiding right below the surface. Okay, so first things first. Let's start with what everybody knows, the familiar tip of that iceberg. Yep, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Typing, deleting, making things bold, copy and paste, spell check, you know the drill. And look, these tools get the job done for like 90% of what we do. This is absolutely the tip of the iceberg. It's useful for sure, but this is not where the real power is hiding. All right, now let's take our first dip below the waterline. This is where things get interesting. This is where you stop fighting with Word and you start making it work for you, especially when you're dealing with those long, complicated documents. Oh, you've been there. I know you have. Your boss comes over and says, "Hey, can we make all the chapter titles blue instead of black?" And you have, what, 30 of them? So you start scrolling and scrolling, clicking and changing every single one, just praying you don't miss one. It's a nightmare. But there is a much, much better way. And here's the solution laid out perfectly. On the left, you've got that manual chaos we just talked about. On the right, the power of styles. So what are styles? Just think of them as preset formatting packages. Instead of telling Word to make something bold, 16-point, and blue, you just tell it, hey, this is a heading 1. That's it. And here's the magic. This is the payoff. Once you've used styles, you basically unlock Word's superpowers. Suddenly, the navigation pane becomes this clickable, interactive outline of your whole document. And get this, with just a couple of clicks, you can pop in a perfect automated table of contents that updates itself. That whole manual nightmare of changing headings, it's just gone. Okay, another powerhouse for structure, section breaks. Have you ever tried to make one-page portrait and the very next one landscape? It's impossible, right? Or what about having different headers in different chapters? Well, section breaks are the secret. They basically let you chop your document into these little mini documents, and each one can have its own rules. It gives you total control over the layout. Okay, so we've got our text organized. Now, let's go even deeper. Because a Word document, it can be so much more than just a page of words. I mean, just look at this. You can drop in charts that are linked to your Excel data, and they update automatically. You can put in editable 3D models you can spin around. You can build these slick professional diagrams with something called SmartArt, or write out complex math equations. All of a sudden, your plain document is this dynamic multimedia report. Now listen up, because this next one will save you from a major headache. It's called a cross-reference. So instead of typing out "see the chart on page 12, you insert a dynamic link to that chart. Why does that matter? Well, if that chart moves to page 15 later, the text updates automatically. No more hunting for broken references in your final draft. It's amazing. All right, we are officially in the deep water now. We're getting to the really good stuff. This is where we find the features that don't just format documents, they literally create them for you. Let me introduce you to Mail Merge. This is one of Word's oldest, but also one of its most powerful automation tools. It's actually pretty simple. You make one template in Word, and then you connect it to a list of information, like, say, a spreadsheet full of names and addresses. So what's the big deal? What can you do with that connection? Well, imagine you need to send a personalized letter to this many people. That is the magic of Mail Merge. Word will take your template and your list and generate all 500 unique personalized documents for you in minutes. Think about it. Event invitations, certificates, mailing labels. It is an absolute game changer for repetitive tasks. And the real engine behind all this automation is the template. You know, that .docx file.
That is your master blueprint. It saves all your styles, your layout, any boilerplate text you use, everything. So when you start a new document from that template, it's already like 80% done and perfectly on brand every single time. Stop reinventing the wheel.
Okay, let's come up for some air. We're going to surface and take a look at the modern edge of Word. Because today, documents are all about collaboration, and they're always evolving. Oh boy, does this look familiar? A classic. I think we've all starred in this horror movie. You've got a dozen versions of the same file flying around in emails, and nobody has a clue which one is the real one. This used to be the absolute nightmare of working together on a document. But look, that's the old way. The new way, with documents saved to the cloud, is so much cleaner. You can have multiple people typing in the exact same document at the exact same time. You can track everyone's changes, you can leave comments, you can even roll back to a previous version if someone messes up. It's one document, one single source of truth. No more chaos. And Word is not standing still, not by a long shot. Now it has built-in tools to make sure your document is accessible for everyone. It has a dictate feature so you can just type with your voice. It can translate text for you on the fly. And now with Copilot, AI is built right in to help you draft, rewrite, and summarize your content. It's wild.
So there you have it. From a simple text editor to an automation engine to an AI-powered collaboration hub. The power hiding inside Microsoft Word is just vast. We've really explored that whole iceberg from the tip to the deepest parts. And you know, the biggest, most powerful feature isn't any single button or menu. It's your own curiosity. It's your willingness to look below the surface. So my question to you is, what are you going to explore first?